Hello friends, I'm back with another Project Life Process video, and instead of catching up, I'm just working with photos that just recently arrived in the mail. And I'm also going to use the Cocoa Daisy memory keeping pocket kits. I think I'm using some cards from the September memory keeping kit and lots of cards from the October memory keeping kit. If you have watched my recent videos, I'm kind of digging kits again at the moment, and so I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to go with the Cocoa Daisy kits or which kits suit me well. I recently purchased the October LE Studio kit, which I will be using in some videos that are coming up soon. And I also have November 2016 cards, I think, and papers from the Citrus Twist kit. And I'm just going to try and use these and see if I want to resubscribe to a memory keeping kit or Pocket Life card kit, or if I'm going to keep working from my stash, because I really do enjoy Project Life and I plan on continuing with it in 2019. Yes, I'm 99% sure that I'm going to continue with it, but what I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to scratch the title card, because that somehow doesn't make sense to me anymore. And even though I have been doing title cards for all the years that I have been doing Project Life, and I have been really adamant about making one, right now at this moment, it's like, really? I really have to make a title card? Why? But I'm not going to change now. When I'm almost through with 2018, I'm going to start 2019 a little bit differently, I think. But I'm not going to change a lot, just not having a title card. So, there were several cards. I really struggle with choosing the cards for this spread. And I like a lot of the cards that come in the kit, but they just don't really work with the photos, or the sayings don't go. I don't know, because actually I love most of the cards, but they just don't work. Maybe I should have scrapbooked other or used other photos for this, but I'm not on a design team at the moment, and I don't have to make this look really great, and I don't want to use photos that don't make sense to me, if that makes sense to you. I want my photos to be real life photos. This is what I have. This is what I want to journal about. And if the kit, the cards, whatever doesn't work with those photos, then I might love the cards and I might love the kit. It might just not be the right kit for me and my photos, which is exactly what I'm trying to find out. So you see me struggling with this for a long time. And another thing that I changed is, if you've been a long time watcher, you know that I de-kitted all of my Pocket Life kits, which I will continue doing. I'm not going to keep kits together for longer than 1 or 2 spreads. So if I'm done with creating 1 or 2 Project Life spreads, I'm definitely going to deconstruct them. I have also mixed all of my die cuts that I own, except for the current ones that came in the most recent kit, into one big box. but that one big box doesn't really work for me. And I'm looking for reasons why that is. Yeah, I'm still struggling. You can see that. So I'm telling you about my die cut struggle. I had actually purged die cuts in, I don't really even know. And I put them onto a kind of a tray. It's the top of a box that I'm not using the top of. It looks like a tray. And I had them sitting there while I was deciding what I was going to do with them for months. And every time I needed a die cut for something, especially when I was working on layouts or on Traveler's Notebook spreads, I would grab that. Instead of going through all of my boxes full of die cuts divided by manufacturer or designer, I would grab that and I would find what I need, even though most of those die cuts I didn't really like and I didn't really want to keep. So that was a sign for me that I needed to do something about the way I store my die cuts. And then I pulled out this box. It's from an IKEA container and I added all my die cuts in there. And I think the reason why it's not working is because they're piled up too high. So now I just dropped my son off at a friend's place that is close to a Daiso. Daiso is a Japanese $1 store. They have amazing storage systems. And I went there and purchased some bigger boxes, not a 12 by 12 iris container. This would be my last resort because that's huge. But letter size containers that are flat, and you saw me picking through one right now, and one B5 one, and I'm trying that for a change, and let's see if that works better. Maybe I will need to purge more or divide them up by some kind of, I don't know what, maybe topic or maybe frames, big and small could be one, so that I could have two kind of bigger boxes that are more like a tray. Because then the die cuts wouldn't pile up that high, they would lay next to each other more, and maybe that is the reason why I'm struggling with the box. We'll see. It definitely is worth a try, and the boxes were like $150 each, so I purchased 3. I spent $650, and that might be working. So you saw me picking through the die cuts. I picked some that I think and placed them on photos and cards where I think they might go. The Bucru would be perfect with the photo of my 2 iron spiders in the rear view mirror, but the color just doesn't go. It's a greenish yellow and the card is orange yellow, and it just doesn't work. So instead I am moving that Halloween pumpkin over and layering it onto the card right there where the line is. And I love how this turned out. I'm so glad I didn't go with the Bucru. I really like this much better. So happy I didn't commit to anything else. And then I'm journaling about my 2 iron spiders in the rear view mirror. They both picked the same costume, and I think it's the last time that my middle one will be able to buy a kid's costume, because that is already large and it was already very tight. I'm not very happy with the way the top cards look. It's kind of like a title card next to a filler card, because I like the filler card so much. And the photo of the birch tree bark is left over from something that I journaled in my Traveler's Notebook journal, which is the look closely. How do you see the world as an artist? And I think I actually do look at the world differently. I often see tiny things that my kids just, well, okay, maybe kids are kids and that's why they don't see it. But I think people in general don't see the little details as much as I do. And if you are someone like people in general, then I would encourage you to open your eyes. And what worked for me best, or what worked best for me, was in 2008, I think, or 9, maybe. I don't really remember. I think it was 2008. That is when my middle one turned 1. I started Project 365. And I committed to taking one photo every day. I didn't print them, I didn't journal about them, I didn't do anything with them. The only thing I did was take one photo. And it taught me to look at the world with different eyes. I saw the clouds, I saw the sun, I saw little tiny flowers sprouting in between the asphalt. I saw my kids with different eyes. I learned to take photos instead of yell and joke about situations that I would maybe break down and cry because I had a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. That year I got pregnant with my third one, and then I had 3 kids from the age of 0 to 4. And that doing this project at that time saved me and also saved me in the future. And it still helps me get through hard times just by appreciating and seeing things that I would normally not see. I mean, I know when you are depressed or when you have a mental illness, this might not help you in the least, but it definitely helped me get through harder times. Totally off topic, and I hope you saw what I did. I really like how this spread turned out in the end. I changed the title card and the photo, and now I really like how this spread turned out. There are a couple of Project Life Process videos on screen right now. Please tell me in the comments below, what do you do to see? Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Until then, bye.